Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Rodriguez. Yes. And I want to say thank you to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the channel, guys. As a YouTube creator, guys, here on this platform, these channels do not run without the subscribers. And I want to say thank you, guys, for your support. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and leave a comment down below if you like. Today's topic is going to be God's direction, guys. God's direction. In life, we need to understand and know God's direction while going through rejection. Okay, in life, there are going to be rejections. There are going to be some things in life that we have to encounter to where we're going to be rejected, right? And going through these rejections, we got to know deeply within ourselves, logically thinking that, hey, no matter the rejection, God still got direction. And with God still having direction, that means plan is still sustainable to what God has planned for your destiny to be achieved. So on this journey to achieve this destiny that God wants you to be on, you got to understand through rejection that is God promise let you know, hey, it's still something else I want you to do. Sometimes it's people in control, but overall, people don't control God's destiny. They just in position. The world is showing us that before our eyes. What's going on in the world right now that you have no control over. So we're keeping that in mind when we're going through rejection, guys. When I was in the streets, I did a lot of dangerous things, and God seen me through. So there's no rejection that can stop me from God's direction to my blessing. So in the streets, there's a lot of dangerous things that I encountered. You know what I'm saying? I went through some very dangerous acts, and with that being stated, some dangerous acts to where, a gun to my head, by my own partner, man. And it's like, good God Almighty, man, this don't supposed to go like this, man. You rethink that, and machete to my throat, but it didn't, these things here, they didn't swipe, but it's there to my throat. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, bro, you really thinking about you want to unalive me, being who you are? Good God Almighty, Some things like that you forgive, but you just can't forget. That one with that machete to my throat, that one right there, man. I had to forget, but I had to forgive, but I didn't forget, right? And then also, in another state, almost unalive, in the same state with a gun. I mean, not a gun, with a knife, by a junkie, man. And it's like, wow, God seen me through all of that. And that's just some of it, you know what I mean? There's more to come that I'll be able to, enlighten you guys on, but a little bit by little, you know what I mean? So those things right there, God seen me through. So it's like, now in life, there's nothing on God's direction to where I can't see my way through. You know what I mean? And encountering the little stuff that I go through now in life, it's like, it's nothing. It's like, it's little peon stuff, with rejections, to where it's like, man, please, man, I've been through way more than what you can dish to me in the world on adversaries and things of that nature, that I'm strongly and equipped and built for, So we got to know with God's direction that we're strongly and equipped for, you know what I mean? And that's something that I am strongly and boldly equipped for. Why? Because there's nothing that I ain't really just been through, man. It was like, whoa, my life on the line at this point, And then sometimes in life, I felt like I was going to be unalive, But my people was like, no, bro, you ain't got nothing to worry about. So going through rejection, on this journey to life, it's still a direction to my blessing, you know what I mean? And you got to know that. So it's like sometimes rejection can stop us in our tracks. Like, what's wrong with me? You go to question yourself. What have I done wrong? What karma is this? If you walking up righteous and you walking according to the word, you gotta understand it's still God's direction. This has nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? You gotta keep walking your course and stay focused and don't get distracted on God's direction. That's all that is. That's the evil spirits and the enemy and things of that nature, to where they haven't grown in life, where they've been rejected on some things in life that they can't get out of their heads and out of their minds, to where they want to reject it onto others as well, So with that in mind, we just got to keep that in mind to know that, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with us. In life, we will be rejected. Don't let it stop God's direction. You just can't. Like I was saying, we're gonna go through that. You know, as individuals, as children of God, as evil people on this earth, everybody, kids, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna go through rejection on this earth. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what walk you have. It doesn't matter who you know, what you go through in life. You still gonna be rejected. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to face that rejection, and that's just how life is set up. Well, when you get a chance, look up the word rejection. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna talk about it in another video, of course. So I ain't gonna go too deep into it today. But I wanted to just emphasize on being rejected, right? I didn't pass the test. I didn't get the job. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's okay, guys. You know what I mean? There was an exam you took, and that exam, it broke you down so bad to where you like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna forget about, trying to obtain this career. I'm gonna forget about trying to even just do this now, man, because I ain't even passing the test. You know what I'm saying? At that point right there, you just giving up on God's direction. That's a great example. You know what I'm saying? To where you give up on God's direction to where you felt defeated because of a test. Go study a little more. You know what I'm saying? And if studying don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, take a little more time to learn the things that you're missing. If that don't work, then you got to go into buying other entities to where it can help you educate yourself on passing the test. So if that don't work, try to get a little rest. You know what I'm saying? Or that don't work, get a recording device to where it can play it in your brain, like you sit and watch YouTube and things of that nature. If that don't work, get you a partner and y'all study together. If that don't work, the place too loud where you at, go to the library. If that don't work, you just gotta keep going. And I can go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? And for the people out there, you got some careers, you know what I'm saying, guys, man, hey, you in sports and things of that nature. You trying to get to the NFL. And you putting out your all, you giving your all. And it's like, man, they ain't drafting me and they ain't getting me to the team I want. You got to put in a little more work. And then better yet, some things is just not in God's will. You know what I mean? So it ain't nothing for you to question and stop God's direction. You just got to stay on the course and keep following God's direction. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get to your blessed place. You know what I mean? That ain't going to be withheld from you. You're going to get to your blessed place. No ifs, ands, buts about it. If you stay righteous, stay connected to God, keep doing what he wants you to do, you're going to get to your right. You're going to get to where God has promised for you. The promised land that he has for you, you're going to obtain it. The abundance of blessings that he has for you, you're going to obtain. You know what I'm saying? No, but the only way you don't attain these things, you're not righteous. You know what I mean? You're not following the course. You're not doing what God wants you or ordained you to do. So we got to remember God's direction on the course. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a course that you got to, you got to do, like you golfing. It's a course. You know what I mean? You got this hole 1 through 9, 10. How many holes out there? You got to go in that direction of how that course is. It's like a nature trail. You got to go the way that course is. You know what I'm saying? To get to where you're trying to get, guys. Anywhere you going in life, you going on vacation, there's a course, there's directions to get you there. You know what I'm saying? So keep in mind, God's direction is a blessing, guys. Until next time, guys, God bless each and every one of y'all.